Good morning and welcome to InspirationalMe. I'm LaShandrea and I'm coming this morning with I know this is going to be a really touchy subject. Um, Go ahead and like, subscribe, share. This is a message that I want to get out to every woman and man across this world. And this is pertaining to all of the stuff that's being said about Fantasia. Well, I think that what Fantasia said was very much accurate and right. See, let me explain something to you. Fantasia was not saying submit to any man or every man. What Fantasia was saying was when you are a woman that has found your Boaz, that means your husband, your life partner, your best friend, and they are a real man, then you will want to submit if you're a real woman. See, I was raised different than probably a lot of people. So maybe my views are different than a lot of others. So this is for all the men out there that are saying, yay, 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 Fantasia is right. And for all the women out there that are saying Fantasia is wrong. Let me give it to you how I see it really is. So I was raised that it's better to marry than to burn. I was raised that one woman should be with one man and vice versa. But I was also raised that you don't follow a man who's all breath and no breeches, which means he has a whole lot of mouth but nothing to back it up. He's not a man. He doesn't stand on his own 2 feet the way he's supposed to. And I know y'all can hear Fantasia Pan in the background because I love her. And I love her music. I love her message. And I support her fully. So what I'm saying right now is when you feel like, oh, I wouldn't submit to no man, this, that, another. It is because of the way the social media in the world has become today that women feel like they have to be so independent and they have to be on the forefront and that they have to raise their families and they got to take care and be the breadwinner and do everything. Yes, that's because a lot of guys or men have sat down and they're not playing their role. They're not being fathers and doing what they're supposed to anymore. But again, I have to say this, and I say it because I feel like I've learned that from experience. You are who you attract. So once you change you change what you attract and you change what you accept. So what I mean by that, you can't just change the way you view relationships. You also have to change the way you view your life in a whole sense. You got to change you got to change your friends, you got to change your direction, you got to change what you're looking for. That change starts from within. And I would have to say that because I know that the devil is a prince of darkness and that we don't fight against flesh and good blood. We don't fight against flesh and blood. We fight against principalities of evil, wickedness in high places. So in order for you to find a man that's worth being submissive to, you have to first be the woman that you are supposed to be able to attract that kind of man. And I say that because myself went through a lot in my past in a relationship. Because I was busy trying to change that man and make him who I wanted him to be, rather than finding that man that wanted me for who I was and needed me just for me and who I am. And how I obtained that is because I changed my mind frame. And I got tired one day. And I sat down and I told God I wanted different. And that I didn't want to keep trying to find love in all the wrong places. And then I had to realize all of my life that's all I had done was try to pay this one or make this one feel that I was a good person and show them because I just needed to be loved and I needed attention, and it was cool, but I needed all the wrong attention. And what I didn't do was love myself. And once I learned to love myself, which is what you have to do first, because if you can't love yourself, you can't love anyone else. Nor can you accept or understand love for what it really is, because you don't. So I sat down and I went to God, and before I really got there, I sat down and I thought about a whole lot of things over my life, from my friends, my relationships, whether it was friendship, or job relationship, just relationships in general. And I started to tell God, I need to know my purpose and where I am to be, and I need you to send me my Boaz. And when I asked that, I had to remember what Grandma told me, Sean, be careful, because everybody is not worthy of sitting at your table. She used to tell me, be careful who you allow to come into your kitchen. And I used to be like, okay. She's like, Sean, make sure you keep your kitchen clean. You always keep your kitchen clean. And I would be like, well, okay, Grandma, like, I always keep the kitchen clean. But at the time, I didn't really understand what she was saying. She meant a whole different thing. She was telling me, keep my kitchen clean, keep me clean, and not allow any and every man to entertain me and to be open to my body, but to save myself. And once I thought about that, and it's like, oh, so that's really what Grandma meant. And then I went to God, and now, when you do this, you might need a tissue or a roll of toilet paper, because when you get serious and you really want change, and you asking God to send you somebody that you can be totally naked with. And when I say naked, I don't mean just taking off your clothes. I mean being naked completely, being able to be your whole and total you. When you find somebody that you can do that with, that makes you want to be submissive, because if he can get you there, then you know he's going to get you to where you need to go, and that he's going to be your protector, and that he's going to watch over you, and that he's going to keep you covered. And especially when you find a God-fearing man. So, see, let me tell you what Fantasia is saying. First, change you. Get yourself together. Then God can send you along a real man, your Boaz. Because, see, he's not going to send no man to no real man, no good man, to live in no mess. So you got to clean up your mess. See, you got to change what you're looking for as well, because you attract what you used to. You always finding this man that live at home with his mama that you got to take care of and treat just like your children. You at work and he home more than the furniture. Choices, because that is what you choose to do, not what you have to do. So when you find yourself in I'm not saying don't help a person. If you find a good person, help them. But if you find yourself 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the line, this man still is in the same place, and that's not even just for men, but women still in the same place, not trying to elevate or get yourself to the next level. Choices. And it still begins with you. So how we change that? How we find Boaz? How we find that reason to be submissive? Let me tell you. I went down on my knees. I didn't give God just the relationships between a man and a woman. I gave him my mom. I gave him my children. I gave him my friends. I gave him the job. I gave him everything. And I asked him mostly, change me, God. Change my way of thinking. Change the way I feel. Change the way I see things. Give me more to want and more to look forward to. So once I did that, I realized I didn't want to hang with the same people no more. I wasn't loud and rude, nor ever obnoxious to begin with. But when you have friends that do something, you tend to want to do it too, because you got to fit in. That's the same with relationships. You could have had a good man and could have been promising, but you got that friend that in a relationship too, and that's who you always run to get your advice from, but she's no happier than you. And if you was going, kind of happy, she dealing with what she dealing with her man, and it ain't good. So what good advice can she give you? Oh, okay. I think a lot of you got that. So instead of going to person and people, because God told me I can't trust no man but God anyway, I started going to him for everything. Lord, but be careful. Let me stop right there. Be careful, because when you ask God to make change in your life and to change you, you have to be prepared for what he's about to show you, what he's about to take you through. But just know that he will not take you through the fiery furnace and let you come out smelling like smoke. He said, make your request known unto him. So you got to go to him and you got to talk to him just like you'll talk to me or anybody else, and you got to really give it to him. So I did. Lord, I want to change who I am. I want to change how I feel. I want to change how I look at things. I want to change what attention attract to me. I want to be a better person. I want to be a better me. I want to be the best version of me that I can possibly be. Lord, you created me in your light and your image. So I ask him, make me. You said weeping maidens endure for a night, but you'll come up in the morning. I know a lot of my suffering, a lot that I went through is because I took myself through it. So once I started to think different, you get up, you want to make yourself look better. You don't think about this image out here in the world. Because see, you got Beyonce and Destiny's Child. You got Lil Kim and you got Salt and Pepper and all these other, artists that come out and say this about men and that about men. So everybody's image and look of men is pretty much the same thing. Every man is a dog. No, every man is not a dog. Because you have men out there that have been hurt just as much as us women that have been hurt. However, they, men just carry their pain and they react to it differently than we do. We wear our heart on our sleeve. But again, choices. You got to change what you're looking for. And you got to make it to where you are looking for something different. Once I start to look for something different, I receive different results. Like I said, I didn't want to hang with the crowd I hung with anymore. People stopped calling. I didn't hear from them for a while. I would be like, darn, I haven't heard from this one and that one. And some of them I would feel compelled to pick up the phone and call. But those I didn't because I thought about it. You ask God for change. And when you ask God for change, he will move some things and people out of your way, and it will be hurtful, but it's for your good because you're trying to get the boys. So again, as I did all of this and I took some time out for myself, 3-4 years, I realized just how much of my life I had spent running behind everybody else and everything else and doing things so, wrong, till I didn't even know what I wanted for myself. I didn't know where I wanted to go. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was so lost. But then I asked God for direction. And that's when I got myself back in the church where I needed to be. And I got myself back in a place with God. So be careful, because you don't know what no one's covenant is. You don't know where they are and what their place is in God. So be careful how you speak about people while everybody's talking about Fantasia. That lady has been through a lot. The only difference with Fantasia and us is we're able to see her life through social media and, know everything that this lady went through. But she's not in our bedroom. Excuse me for just a moment. So she's on the forefront. We're able to see and hear everything that this lady's been through. We've seen the last bad breakup and relationship that she went through. So now she's found her man, a real man, her husband, and she's okay with being submissive to him and everybody want to bash her. No. She did something different. She changed. She elevated herself. And she was blessed with a husband, a real man, somebody that she can submit to. Okay? So, a long time ago, I did it. I talked to God. I told him just what I wanted. Now, I said, be careful, because when you ask God for something, you got to be sincere. Don't just go ask him, Lord, send me a man. I want a man to be with, and I want a man to live with, because he'll send you a man to be with, and he'll send you a man to live with. I tried that too, and I wasn't happy with our results, but I realized I wasn't being honest with him as much as I need to be with myself. I had to tell him I want a man, a real man. I want a man with a good job. I want a man who is a good provider for his family. I want a man that, most of all, and most important, that knows you. That knows you, Jesus. That knows you, Jehovah. That knows you, old King Lion of Judah. Whatever it is that you call him. I need him to know you, Jesus. I need him to have a prayer life. Because, see, when he has a prayer life, he can pray for me and pray me through. When he has a relationship with God, I know that my fate is secure, because he is going to protect me and respect me because of the fear that he has of God. See, choices, changes. And once I did that, God sent me along a gentleman. And so as we were speaking yesterday morning, and he was asking me, why everybody's so mad at Fantasia and everybody doing all of this and they saying all of that. And this, I said, well, baby, I don't know, because I was already so different. And I was telling him, like, he said, yeah, I know that about you, that everybody not like you, and I just wonder why people don't understand what she's really saying. I said, because, baby, everybody woke. They say they woke, really not woke. See, the way it is now, women want to be loud, rude, and obnoxious, and you want to speak out loud, and you want to talk and yell, and you got a whole lot to say, and just don't know. That's not of a woman. A woman is meant to be seen, not heard. And I'm not talking about live like the old days and all that. Yeah, I know the new days are here, but it's still a doctrine and a way to carry yourself. How can you ask God to send you Boaz when you show your ass? So I came to this conclusion. I know everybody, oh, she's so saved, she's Christian, but she cussing. Okay, judge how you want to, but I know he say judge not lest ye be judged in the same light. So I'm good. I've been got to move out of my own eye before I came to try getting the beam out of somebody else's. I've been tried this on. Okay, so I understand Fantasia, because I had to change my choices in me, and I had to stop asking God for anything and start asking God for everything I really wanted. And when I did that, I got it. So when I say now I'm happy, it's not like it used to be when somebody could say, Sean, how you doing? Or, you know, what's going on? Oh, girl, I'm so happy. I'm doing good, girl. How's everything going? Oh, girl, I'm in a beautiful relationship. I'm happy. And no, I got to go home and take that front and that cover off, because that's not really what it is. Probably ain't heard from this man all day or all week and ain't answered the phone and God knows when. I'm probably crying myself to sleep at night, but I got to put on that front and I got to put on that face for the outside. But then I asked God to change me, and I backed up from everything and everybody. I took a good 2-3 years out of my life, and I felt bad sometimes during, I don't see this one, I don't see that one, I'm not hanging with this one, chilling with that one. And the more I wanted to, the more I couldn't. So I had to go back to, I asked God for change. And he was giving me the direction that he needed me to go in. And that was that I needed to stop being clingy and stop being up under everything and everybody, and stop being close to everything and everybody, and realizing that everything that come ain't really good for you. Listen to what I'm saying. Everybody that say that they're your friend and they're this and they're that, you better be careful, because people can't talk about you unless you give them something to talk about. So be careful who you're talking to and what you're talking about. Take it to God, leave it there. It's safe. And that's what I did about everything and everybody. And I took some time out for myself, and I started to look in the mirror, and I started to see something. I started to say, darn, it was really, you know, a beautiful woman behind all this pain. It was really a beautiful woman behind all of this. I can be somebody's wife. I am beautiful. I am capable. But I had to change how I looked at my life and how I changed. It changed how I looked at everything else. I began to want to dress different, carry myself different, present myself different. And when I did, I stopped getting all these, oh, hey, what's up? Ooh, what's up, sexy mama? Ooh, yeah, you fine as hell. I met a gentleman. Hi, ma'am. Can I pump your gas for you? You know, you seem a little exhausted. You're looking beautiful today. How was your day? And I was really like, wait, no. I was stunned. But again, I had to change the attention that I was drawing to myself, because I had to change me. And I had to start from the inside out. I had to change me, completely me. And once I did, I started to feel